Hey, what's up, everybody? It's Charles Sebastian, and welcome you guys to another episode of the DREAMERSPRO show, where we cover everything from sports, hot topics, classic debates, entertainment, and we give you guys a fresh perspective on things. And we see them. And today we got a hell of a show in store for you guys. But before we get into it, please make sure you like the video and subscribe to the channel. So, Rob Parker made his return back into the sports media space. I think he was away for about a week or so because I hadn't been hearing him on Fox Sports Radio. But he made his return, I think, yesterday. And one of the shows that they discussed, himself and Chris Broussard, was this story surrounding the Lakers drafting LeBron's first son, Bronny James. And it's brought in a mixed bag of emotions and opinions. Some people are for it. Some people are against it. I know there's some people that are pro the nepotism. Some people are against it, right? I heard you can hear people like Adrian Wojnarowski, Stephen A. Smith, I think Ryan Clark. They're all for it. If you listen to other people like Bomani Jones and others, they're against it, right? Everyone has a different opinion. So as I was listening to Rob Parker discuss this, they got to a particular point in the conversation between himself and Chris Broussard. And he revealed some information that I was unaware of, right? And the information essentially was, Rob Parker said that he had spent some time talking to various other former NBA players. And what he said was a lot of former NBA players are upset that LeBron forced the Lakers to draft his son, Bronny James, for the simple reason that they wanted to make headlines. And I was like, wow, we really got to touch on this. So those are the comments that we want to focus in on. But before we even get into what Rob Parker had to say, today's video is brought to you by sponsor Game Time. Game Time is an authorized ticket marketplace of Major League Baseball, which makes getting tickets faster and easier. For example, I am super excited about the upcoming MLB games. With Game Time tickets, I can easily pick the best tickets for me. I love that I can choose between different deals. I have the option to select the cheaper deal, the best option deal, or my favorite, the flash deal. The flash deal gives me the option to find discounts that I can only find on Game Time. Once I select the ticket I want, I can view my seat. And it's not just restricted to baseball. I can also look for the best ticket deals for other sports like football, the NBA, concerts, comedy, or other theater shows. Included in my purchase, I also have a 24-hour return guarantee, a lowest price guarantee, event cancellation protection. So take the guesswork out of buying MLB tickets with Game Time. Download the Game Time app, create an account, and use code CLNS for $20 off your first purchase. Again, create an account and redeem code CLNS for $20 off. And remember, whenever you support this sponsor, you're supporting this channel. Thank you. So what we want to do now is we want to play what Rob Parker had to say. I want you guys to listen to it. It's not that long. Listen to what he had to say, and then we're going to come back and react to his comments. Take a listen to what Rob had to say here.
The whole process feels bad, doesn't feel good. I feel bad for Bronny from the standpoint of where people will look at him, where if this was on his own merit, Chris, and I'm saying on his own merit, and anybody drafted him and he worked his way through or whatever worked through it was, I think he would have had a better situation or a better chance without having people wear this on him, that the only reason he's there is his dad. And people aren't going to say it. A lot of people aren't going to say it publicly because LeBron still has power and has a big name and a lot of guys. But I talked to a lot of former players who just to me said that this doesn't feel right on the way that this was handled, all the conversation about it. Everybody knew. I told you this months ago that he was going to the Lakers. There was no doubt in my mind at all.
We both said, yeah,
how this was going to play out. And that's the part that I'm talking about when I look at the down the road and the way we look at it. Did Bronny get in strictly? And we don't. And you know, you're guessing. I'm guessing. You think maybe it was just all on Bronny and it was all merited and there's nothing funny about it.
Definitely nepotism played a role.
Okay,
there's no question about it.
So
yeah,
I'm not okay. I'm not okay.
But my thing is, I don't want to hear the nepotism card played when people, and maybe you, like you said you've been critical. That's fine. But I don't want to hear it from people that haven't said anything about the nepotism that is rampant in professional sports. Front office is a performance business as well. Coaching staff is a performance business as well. And if there, Rob, you know the league and the NFL and Major League Baseball, nepotism is rampant. Rampant. And so I don't want to hear when it's, a player flexed his muscles. Well, the owners and the GMs been flexing their muscles left and right.
I disagree.
What made Steve Belichick qualified to be a defensive coach with the Patriots? He's out of the league now. Now he's coaching in college.
Yeah, the difference here is when we talk about earning a spot on the roster and players knowing whether or not someone truly belongs on a team. And that's the difference here. And I'm with you. I said it before, and I've said it before. Who's the coach I always talk about with the Chiefs? Who was the golf player? I'm talking about Todd Haley. Todd Haley. I've said it a million times, Chris. You've heard me on this show.
That's an example.
I know.
Like, look, if y'all gonna cut out nepotism, then cut it out then.
Yeah.
So you heard what he had to say about former NBA players being upset with it. I don't think it's just former NBA players. I think there are players in every single sport that are not happy with this. As I said before, there's some that are all for it, right? And I gave you some examples of people that see absolutely nothing wrong with this. Where do I land on this? Look, as a parent, and I'm sure some of you watching this show are also parents, you want the best for your kids, right? You want the best for your kids. You want to ensure that you give them every opportunity that you can, and they have a leg up in life if they can, right? To go on and live a better life than you. I think that's what all parents want. So a lot of us feel that way. However, there's some of us out here that also want our kids to earn it. Now, what do I mean by that? Earning it in the sense that, look, you put in the work and you deserve to be here. You deserve to be here. Now, coming from my culture as Igbos, it really comes down to the parent. But generally, Igbos are very industrious people, right? Most of them are entrepreneurs. Most of them. If I can look at my family now, I can tell you they're multiple millionaires. I'm not talking about like me. I'm talking about like uncles. Multiple guys. There are multiple guys that have business. Multiple. It's more than 5, right? It's a lot because they're very industrious people. And in our culture, it's like some of them may come from wealthy homes, but that doesn't mean you're promised a damn thing. You got to go out there and earn it. If you listen to a player like Shaq reminds me of an Igbo dad. Shaq is like, look, I'm rich. Ain't no we rich. I'm rich. You got to go out there and earn it. Now, I can give you some stipends or whatever allowance, but don't be expecting nothing remarkable from me. You got to go out there and earn it. Whereas there are other people, whether or not their kids are qualified or not, they're going to do every single thing that they can to ensure they have the best seat in life. So really, it all comes down to how you see and how you view parenting. Here's what I think. I think that a kid will have more satisfaction for whatever they earn if they 100% earned it, number one. Number two, they will respect that thing more. But if you just simply give it to them or use your connections to open all the doors in life, then that thing that they got, they may not appreciate it because they themselves didn't really have to sweat for it. And that's the difference. There's a difference between spending daddy's money that he gave to you versus your money that you earned. It's two totally different things. Why? Because if you're spending daddy's money, you may not think twice. But if you're spending your own money, before you spend it frivolously, you'll think, damn, I actually have to work hard to make that money. So I got to think twice before I spend it. Ultimately, this comes down to how we as people view the world. I'm not saying one person is right or the other person is wrong. It just comes down to your worldview. And really, there's no right answer in all of this. Really. It all depends on how you see things. And I'm no one to sit up here and tell a parent how to raise their child. It's up to them. If LeBron thought that he was doing the best for his kids as a father, and that's the way he saw it, 100% power to him. I have no right to tell him how to raise his children. All we're doing is discussing it because these are public figures and it relates to basketball and sports and all of that. That's why we're discussing it. It has nothing, no one is here saying he should have done this or not. It's up to him. It's his children. He can do whatever. If LeBron wants to give his kids $3 million a month, it is his money. He can do whatever the hell he wants to do, right? I believe everyone has the right to their own opinion. They can live the life the way that they want to see it. So these are just my thoughts on it. So again, what I want to know from you guys, what do you think about all of this, right? And do you think that some former NBA players are jealous, or do you think that there's something real here, right? That they may have a point. Whatever you guys think, please leave your thoughts and comments in the comment section. We catch you guys on the next show. Peace.